Hey, it's Game Hydro. Today we're playing Lootfiend. We're going to give you some tips, tricks, strategies, and redeem codes for this game. So stay tuned. All right. So first thing we'll go over, since it's on the screen, we'll just tap the flying cow. So if you tap the flying cow, you get offered perks such as gold coins and more Chaosites. So if you run out of Chaosites, just wait for that dude to show up and he will give you some for free. All right, so when you see the little window that says come on, that means you got a boss battle to beat. So we're gonna go play the boss battle right now. Looks like this one should be a pretty easy one. Now, the red ball on the left side, the middle left side of the screen, that's your hit points. And the yellow ball on the right side, that represents the hit points of the enemy. So if you're wondering where the hit points show up that each of your pieces of equipment have and give you, that's where they show up. But hit points are actually less valuable than attack in this game. So let's get our guy on his way. Now, first of all, when you're in auto mode, put your battle speed to the highest possible in order to go through equipment as fast as possible. Also, Chaosite, put that as high as possible in order to go through everything as fast as possible and power up quickly. So equipment will automatically show up when it's more powerful in CP. Well, in total combat power than the equipment that you have right now of a particular type. So we're going to wait for a piece of equipment to show up because we got something to go over with that. Of course, the higher the rarity level that you get to with your equipment, the less often you will get this pop-up as you play. See the hit points, they're kind of going down a little bit, but they do recover over time. And then what defense does is it decreases the speed at which you lose your hit points. All right, I think it looks like we're going to make it to another boss battle without actually getting offered any new, oh, there it is, new piece of equipment. So the CP overall, obviously that's a little bit of a shortcut to knowing which equipment is better. But what I tend to look at here, what you should tend to look at here if you're having trouble beating bosses, is don't look at the CP necessarily. Look at the increase in attack power. Attack is far more important than both defense and hit points. The only time you need to focus on defense and hit points is if bosses are killing you. Generally, though, attack power is far more useful to have in this game because it will enable you to get through the bosses quicker. Because the bosses will far more often time out and cause you to lose the battle as opposed to killing you before you kill them. So we're going to equip these tidal bracers because obviously they have more attack power. They have more of everything, but the attack power is kind of what we're looking for there. So if you're having trouble beating a specific boss, then look for equipment with higher attack power. You can even turn off the option that says stop when gear CP increases. That will put the game into a mode where you review all the gear that you earn. So we'll try that. Now, obviously, this will have you come across more equipment that you have to manually salvage because it's just not as good as the equipment you already have. But it's worth it in order to find more equipment with higher attack power so that you can more easily deal with these bosses. Sometimes you'll come across a piece of equipment that downgrades you by maybe 1 or 2 CP, but has higher attack power. So that is where this is valuable. So that, obviously salvage that, and obviously salvage that. So you're going to more frequently come across this equipment that you are just going to want to salvage, but you may come across something once in a while that improves your attack power. All right, let's put it back on stop when the CP increases. Nope. And then you can earn more arcane crystals and chaosites pretty easily from beating the quests that come up. Also, claiming the rewards for these quests will enable you to unlock new stuff in the game. So claim the rewards as quickly as possible. Anyways, at the bottom right corner, you can see that the upgrade button is lit up with a red light. So we can spend our arcane crystals in order to improve, and you can see what the improvement will do for us. All right, network issues, that's always fun. So while we're waiting for this to come back, there it is. You can see what the chances of each piece of equipment are right now versus what they'll be at the next level. So hit improve, and then we can not only reduce the time by watching ad videos, but accelerate it by using haste scrolls. So earn more haste scrolls, you'll be able to accelerate it. But if you upgrade this whenever you're about to go to bed or something like that, which is recommended if you don't want to use your haste scrolls too much, then don't really bother doing that. Sure, watch ad videos, of course, especially when it's 11 hours, because very rarely does somebody ever sleep that long. But just kind of let it play out. And play the game, collect more haste crystals so that you can do the next upgrade after this one's done. That'll be pretty easy to do, unless you come to a point where quests are stopped until you upgrade that. All right, let's wake the dude up again. Now, a few more things to think about here. The arena mode. So you can tap the arena, challenge other players in the arena. First of all, anything with a red dot, it either means something to look at or something to claim or something to do. For example, you tap defense build, and it prompts you to make a build and save a build. So we're going to do that. Just go with what the game gave us, but you can also change out skills or upgrade skills if you want to, as well as change out the sidekick, maybe even add more sidekicks, and the Umbra part, which comes later on in the game. You got rewards, which come as you improve in the arena. Now, if you hit the challenge button, you'll get a list of players by their power level. The ones with the lower power levels, obviously, those are the ones that are easier to beat, but the ones with higher power levels will give you more victory points for beating them, at least in general. Sometimes more victory points will come from players that have slightly lower power levels. Let's take a look at Face Punchy down there. Challenge them. We're going to let this fight play out a bit. Looks like, at least initially, we've got the advantage. Now, this is where the defense and the hit points are the most obvious, is in this battle. So, battle ended. Other than the arena, you don't really need a whole lot as far as the defense and hit points go. Obviously, it's attack that's the most useful. Salvage that because the attack power drops. That's what I mean. So wherever you see the red dots, tap. Okay, well, we're in a boss battle. We'll tap afterwards. Looks like this dude should still be pretty easy work for us, though. Now we're at ×3, ×2. You can see your sidekick is losing hit points there, but main character, not so much. But if you lose your sidekick, that makes the battle much more difficult to win. So under daily deals, typically you got free stuff like Chaosite, server level launch rank. Usually got some free stuff to claim here, such as, in our case, more Chaosite and Arcane Scrolls to summon runes. That is a big attack power boost. We're going with that. And then tap this little menu screen up here. You got things like the daily sign-ins, the quests. And if you are not claiming these, you should be claiming these, because they give you bigger bonuses than you might realize. And then on Hero's Path, more gold coins and Chaosites. Upcoming features. Oh, here we go. So upcoming features, once you unlock something new, you'll be able to claim even more gold coins for it. Special events like the 7-day carnival. You got a lot of stuff you can claim here. Be sure to do that so that you can get as many rewards possible. Now, that one had a big attack boost associated with it. That one's pretty nice. Novice Cauldron. That's a good way to get free cauldron potions over here. And if you don't have any free cauldron potions to claim, just look at the ones where you have not completed them yet, and then complete the quests. So, refine, we're going to do times 10, skip animation. This is where you get a lot of good stuff. Scrolls, haste scrolls, anima essence, etc. Anima essence is used to upgrade the sidekick. Speaking of upgrading, so go over here to sidekick. Now, as soon as you are able to unlock new characters, please do so. And then you can recruit new sidekicks over here using Animite. Now, to get that, go to the black market or go to the daily deals. You can trade gold coins for Animite. Now we got a lot of gold coins, so we're going to do that trade because I want somebody much, much rarer. Of course, you can just grab the bar. And redeem them all if you want to do so. Hit refresh and you'll be more likely to get a mythic type sidekick. So we're gonna hit refresh. And we're gonna keep going until we get the rarest one possible. Now I'm going to skip the ones I already have. All right. Kobold Shaman. Let's go for this guy. Now I can go back here. And not only can I upgrade him, and I should be upgrading him, all right, going at a kind of slow pace. We're going to drag him back down. If you want to replace a sidekick, tap on the one you want to replace and tap on the icon, or excuse me, tap on the available sidekicks icon, replace them with the one you want to put back in there. There you go. All of a sudden, more power. And then you can go to the codex, claim free rewards there for each sidekick or each collection of sidekicks that you have. All right, get out of here. Hit the claim button up here. So make sure you're always equipping the most powerful sidekicks that you can. And be sure to check your mailbox, because you often have free stuff there to claim. Now, onto the redeem codes. Hit the button, tap the avatar, hit the button that says redeem code. So we're going to test a few of them. Loot 111. Loot 777. Now I'm going to test it and see if it's case sensitive. It is not case sensitive. Loot 888. Those three work. Let's try some similar ones. Nope. And then I'm going to try a few that seem to pop up regularly in games that I play. So the VIP one doesn't work. Loot 222 doesn't work either. But the point being here that there are at least 3 redeem codes in this game that work, as well as more of them that will show up as the game gets older and the developer adds more of them into the game. All right, so that's about it for the tips. This is Game Hydro. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and also let us know if you see anything about, or if you want us to go over a specific aspect about Lootfiend. We'll make a video. We'll go over it. Leave a comment.